How do you really know if a Scorpio loves you, or you're just one of their many twisted little emotional experiments? Well, in this video, I am diving deep, like Scorpio deep, into the ancient esoteric texts and modern behaviors to reveal whether or not a Scorpio's heart is truly yours, or you're just another test subject in their emotional love lab. So let's get into this right now. The question that I hear a lot concerning Scorpios is, why are Scorpios so darn hard to read? Well, don't despair, because I'm shedding the light on that mystery right now. You see, in ancient Kabbalistic texts, Scorpio is associated with the Hebrew month of Chesvan, which is a time of inner cleansing, deep water, and soul testing. The Zohar calls this sign the keeper of secrets and warns that the scorpion hides its sting behind beauty, silence, and devotion. And let's just be real, Scorpio energy is ruled by Pluto, the lord of the underworld, and Mars, the warrior. In other words, that's death and desire, literally residing in one soul, in one individual. And that makes Scorpios passionate, yet suspicious, very intense, but very calculating. You see, Scorpios don't fall in love. They transform through love. So get this, being loved by a Scorpio is quite like being adopted by a psychic vampire who might also be your soulmate or your emotional executioner. So here is the $1 million question. How do you know if a Scorpio sun sign or Scorpio moon sign is testing you or loving you? So you have to understand that Scorpios, especially the moon sign in Scorpio, will test your loyalty before they ever give you love. And it's not a verbal or written pop quiz that they give you either. It's what I like to call a spiritual initiation. So I created this video because I really want to help all you out there that are not Scorpio, okay? But you are in love with a Scorpio or interested in a Scorpio or having a relationship with a Scorpio, and you desperately want to win a Scorpio's heart and devotion. So now I want to share with you specific signs that you are being tested and not yet fully loved. So before I move on and give you that first sign, I want to reiterate really quickly, once again, that these signs cover both Scorpio sun signs and moon signs and anyone who has dominant Scorpio placements in their full natal birth chart. And if you guys are interested in learning what your blueprint is, I suggest you go into my playlist and look for this video. That video will help you and guide you on learning how to find out or go about finding out your full natal birth chart. Okay, so now let's get back on track, shall we? Okay, so the first sign that you are still being tested by your Scorpio love interest is they will suddenly, for no reason, go cold on you. This is what I call control check. They want to know if you will chase them. Will you panic? They're measuring your emotional frequency. Now, I have done this when I was the unevolved version of myself. I would go cold. And yes, I was definitely testing my love interest to see how much vested they were in the relationship. I wanted to test to see if they actually cared, if they were genuine, if they would not necessarily chase me, but pursue me, okay, without going over the deep end. We don't want someone to get ridiculously panicky, okay? We want someone to keep inching towards us and moving towards us and showing us that they are sincere and genuine. But we do not want someone who literally loses their shit if we suddenly go cold. And yes, evolved Scorpios will still do some spiritual and emotional testing, okay? They may not be as brutal about it as the unevolved Scorpio would, but they will definitely still test you, like I explained. We want to be pursued. We want to see that you are truly, genuinely interested in us, but don't emotionally lose your shit over the fact that we might go silent for a day or two or an hour or two, okay? So anyways, the second sign is that they are still testing you is they will ask extremely personal questions, but they themselves will give very vague answers. And this is what I like to personally call a soul scan. So what they are doing is seeing if you are emotionally naked, while all along they stay emotionally guarded and armored. And when you're still in the testing stage, they may disappear and reappear like a ghost from Hades. And I know that this might be really hard for a lot of you to swallow, but Scorpios are truly not playing games, even though it might appear to most of you like they are playing games. These tests that they do is all part of their natural subconscious traits. Okay, it's embedded in their blueprint. They cannot get away from doing this. They can become less brutal about it and not be so harsh on their love interests, but it is ingrained in their natural blueprint, in their natal birth chart. So what they are really doing is they are evaluating your soul endurance. And I must admit, I am guilty of giving these tests to certain individuals in my past that I truly loved. And I honestly can say that I was unaware that I was even giving those tests. Now that I look back, I'm like, oh gosh, yeah. Oh yes, I was definitely testing the heck out of my potential love partners. So anyways, here is the good news. Once you do pass their emotional boot camp, I want to share with you the unmistakable signs a Scorpio's love is real. And remember one thing, their love is all or nothing, black or white. So one unmistakable sign that a Scorpio, male or female, actually loves you is that they will start allowing you to see their darkness or their dark side or their dark traits or their dark trauma, anything associated with their darkness, okay? You have to understand that Scorpios do not easily reveal those parts of themselves, especially in the early stages of a relationship. And so those dark parts of themselves that they're allowing you to see are places inside of their soul that they never let anyone see. They do not show anyone, not even their own reflection. So I like to give examples of what I mean in regards to their darkness. It could be anything related to their childhood wounds or childhood traumas, their shallow desires, or their deep emotional scars. And believe me, Scorpios have a lot of battle wounds. And that's something that they do not readily show anyone, unless, of course, they love you. So just know that if your Scorpio male or female love interest does in fact show you their darkness and their deep, dark soul, you are inside their fortress. So congratulations that you made it to that point. And I have to say, that is, to us Scorpios, suns or moons, a sacred big deal. So the second sign that they love you is they will become protective as freak over you. And I am speaking on behalf of both male and female Scorpios. And yes, I am talking about myself. When I am truly in love or love someone, I am extremely protective of them. And let me explain what that entails. So we become your psychic bodyguards, and we will pick up on someone's bad vibes or negative energy way before you even say hello. And if they sense you are in danger, even emotionally, they will move heaven and earth to protect you. So the third sign that they love you is that they will touch your soul and perhaps your phone too. Scorpio moon signs, especially, may randomly check your energy. And it's not because they don't trust you. Just remember, Scorpios, especially moon signs, feel everything so deeply down into our souls. And a real Scorpio will not just directly say, I love you. They'll say something like, I felt you thinking about me last night. And just know, they are probably right. Now, when they truly love you, they will stare deep into your soul. You know that deep gaze / death stare, I like to call it, Scorpios are notorious for having. Well, that notorious Scorpio intense gaze turns into a soul bonding gaze. And they will stare at you like that when they truly love you. You will feel it in your third eye. So you need to know this truth about Scorpios. Scorpio sun or moons, they just don't look at you, okay? No way, Jose. They read you. So if they are gazing at you like you are the only living scripture in existence, they're in love. So what you need to understand is that when Scorpios truly love you, their love is unlike any other zodiac signs. And what I mean by that is that they will quietly commit deeply and forever. You will not see a huge band following them while they announce their love to you in front of the whole world or your neighborhood or whatever. You will not see a parade marching down the street while they announce their undying love to you. Okay, you will not see any of that unless they have dominant Leo in perhaps their Mars sign or even Mercury sign. Then you might see a little bit of that. But other than that, no, you will not, because Scorpios, true Scorpios, are very quiet about their love. For Scorpios and to Scorpios, it is a sacred thing. Okay, it is a sacred bond. It's deep, it's sacred. And we want to keep our love between you, the one that we love, and ourselves. So we're not going to be flaunting it in front of the whole world, okay? But let me tell you this. You will certainly feel the love of a Scorpio. You will see it in their eyes. You will feel their intense energies. You will especially feel it in the bedroom. And you will see their deep, undying devotion. So have some confidence in the fact that once a Scorpio truly loves you, you have been spiritually marked. Even if down the road you end up separating, physically parting ways, believe me, their love will linger in your aura like incense from a temple ritual. Now, I want to talk to you about Scorpio men versus Scorpio women and the sun and moon insights. So ladies or gentlemen, you want to know if that Scorpio man truly loves you? Well, I tell you, you need to watch his actions. What I mean by that is he showing up for you during your darkest days? Not just your glowing ones. Because if he is, He is in love with you. And if your Scorpio man is opening up about his past, well, that is a big, major deal. Because generally speaking, Scorpio men bury their history in locked vaults. Okay, gentlemen, I did not leave you out. And this is how you will know that your female Scorpio love interest truly loves you. Let me spill the beans. So first of all, she will want to merge her soul with yours. She will want to come together as one being with you, not only on a spiritual level or emotional level, but also on an energetic level. She will want to merge with you telepathically. And if she is sending you songs, intuitive messages, or dreams, believe me, she's locked in. And you can count on her becoming most assuredly territorial, not jealous. Let me say that again. Territorial. She is not going to fight others for you. And when she is acting very territorial, what she is doing is reminding all the multiverses that you were hers way before time ever began. So I can read everyone's mind out there. And I know you are all dying to know the esoteric truth on why Scorpios feel the need to test you in the first place. Am I right? Well, I'm going to break it down for you right now. So, in the ancient book of formation, Scorpio rules the sense of taste. Not just the physical, but spiritual discernment. They test their loved ones because they're spiritually wired to detect truth from illusion. And to them, love isn't just about a feeling. It is a soul contract. And they are not about to sign that contract with someone who has failed the initiation stage or failed their tests. And well, you just might be thinking to yourself, well, gosh, it would be really nice to know what I should and shouldn't do. And oh my goodness, like, how do I know how to act around a Scorpio? Well, let me tell you, okay? I can only tell you based on my placement, okay? And what I have done and how I test my potential love interests. What I will do in the very early stages of a relationship with someone, another man, is I will make sure that we go out into a public setting where there's lots of people around. Okay, say, for instance, we go out to dinner. Okay, there's going to be lots of different people, male and female. I'm going to sit back and observe and watch and see if he is kind to the waitress or waiter. I want to see if he's going to flirt with other females. I just want to gauge how he interacts with people. And I will tell you right now, I'm going to be brutally, blatantly honest with you all out there. If I see him being very unkind and rude to other people, he fails the test. If I see him flirting or ogling other females, okay, he has failed the test. And this also goes for social media platforms, because you know that Scorpios are natural detectives, male or female. We will sit back and literally stalk our love interests' social media platforms, okay? And if we see that you are subscribing to other young women's YouTube channels, you know, women that like to take their clothes off, or we see that I'm speaking for females right now. If we see that you are liking other women's photos on Facebook or Instagram, especially if they're young and they're flaunting their nudity and they're dressed risque, we take notice. We watch all of that. We know what you're doing, okay? And if we see that, well, I'm sorry to say, you have failed our test. You have failed the initiation stage. And honestly, we might just still remain friendly with you for a while just to see how far you take it. You know, it becomes more of, how do I put this? Just to, I guess, a confirmation of what we already know you to be, okay? And I don't know, it's just the way that I know that I personally test men, and I am dominant Scorpio, and I have Scorpio my moon sign. So I am definitely watching and observing and sitting back, taking in everything that I see my potential love interest doing? Okay, whether it's in front of my eyes or on social media, I am taking notes, very careful notes of everything. So I hope that helps some of you gentlemen out there that might be trying to woo a potential Scorpio female love interest. Now, I do know that both male and females can struggle with that jealousy, or what it actually truly is possessiveness. And that doesn't necessarily mean that that Scorpio person loves you yet, because they could truly like you deeply and have a strong interest in you and act possessive of you, but not truly love you yet, okay? So just watch out for all of the signs that I've given you throughout this video, okay? And take notes. Now, I can honestly tell you personally that the reason I have given those sorts of tests, like taking my love interest out into public to watch how he interacts with folks, is because to Scorpios, okay, male or female, loyalty is everything, okay? If you can't be loyal to us on our first date, then more than likely you won't be loyal to us in the long term, okay? So that is why, for me, I take my potential love interests out in a social environment right away, okay? I don't want to waste 2 or 3 or 4 months or even weeks with someone who I know is not going to be loyal to me with their eyes, their heart, their mind, their soul, their body, okay? I want to know right away just how interested that person is. I want to know who they really are, okay? If they're a flirtatious soul, I don't want them in my life, okay? That's just not me. I'm not going to be flirtatious when I am committed to a man, and I expect my potential partner or love interest to reciprocate, okay? So if I see the ogling and the flirtation, if I catch him watching porn or going to strip clubs, he will fail. Okay, there will be no further relationship, and there definitely won't be a soul contract. So anyways, I just want to clarify that the biggest reason why we put you all through that rigid test and initiation is because deep down, we're afraid of being hurt, because we feel and love so incredibly deep. And loyalty is a huge deal to us. So just know that if your Scorpio is loving you, protecting you, staring deep into your soul while texting you at 3:33 a.m., well, congratulations, you passed the ancient test of the Scorpion heart. And if you have truly ever been loved by a Scorpio, you just know it's not just mere love. It is a spiritual possession. And to take it one step further, one step deeper, it is a merging of souls on a deep spiritual level, but of the most beautiful and purest kind. And this is also the kind of love that truly sees all of you, including your shadows, and decides to stay anyways. I know I will see all of you in my next episode of Scorpio's Book of Shadows series. Until then, I know you will all stay very loving and very kind toward yourselves and others.